Hey guys, it's the Diecast Man here, bringing you a long-anticipated review. Today it is on the fantastic 1/18 scale Maisto CLK GTR. As you guys know, if you saw my unboxing video, if you haven't, I will always link it at the end of this video. I got this car for $22 shipped on eBay, bought it used, which was kind of a risk because I didn't know what the condition of the car was going to be like. So I was a bit skeptical, but it actually paid off. So I'm very, very happy with it. The condition is really fantastic, and you're going to see that too as I get this review going. I'm a little bit congested today, so I do apologize, and I've been super busy. School's been starting up and going in full swing, so I really haven't had time to make a review until I had a couple spare minutes, so I decided to make this and get this out to you guys. So without further ado, this is the review of the 1/18 scale Maisto Mercedes CLK GTR. So the CLK GTR is probably my favorite car ever made before the year 2000. There's so many elements to it that I can't even begin to list all of them, but there's so many different elements to it that just look absolutely fantastic. Like, it's a true hypercar, like first gen, Mercedes hypercar. And it being unicorn, so to speak, ultra rare. I've never seen one. I don't know when I'll see one. I hope I do before I die, because it's definitely one of those bucket list cars. But Maisto, even for it being an older model from Maisto, if you just look at that front end, how good that looks. Like, that just looks so good. I mean, they really nailed the quality of it. And you can see that here on the front grille. It's just so good looking. The headlight cluster looks awesome. You got some of the fading, like orangish, whitish detail for the directionals. Then the driving lights there, or the fog lamps, not really sure which one. We got the grille there with some fake mesh back there. And then I'm very happy that the three-pointed star was still intact because there was no box because it was used. So I was very happy to see that was still on there, because I was nervous about that. And we got the AMG plate there. And then moving down here, this is actual real mesh back here. So I don't know why Maisto stopped doing this. They were killing it for a while. They had some really cool real mesh going on in the cars like the F50 and stuff. And I don't know why they've kind of like taken it all out. I don't know why they would do that. More lights down here, and then some more little indents and whatnot, and then this whole carbon fiber splitter piece down here. It's got a really nice texture to it. And then this nice air vent here for this aerodynamics that you can sort of see it. It actually goes like all the way through the car right there, so that's pretty neat. And then this one to help cool off the brakes as well. One problem I do have with the steering of the of this particular CLK GTR, I'm not sure if they're all like this, but like, look at how far this wheel goes. Like, that's like, it's far. It goes really far. Not so much back, but forward it goes really far. So I'm not particularly a huge fan of that. I don't really see any calipers either on the wheels. It's just kind of the discs and then the wheel. But that's another symbolism of the early Maisto cars, unfortunately. But it is cool that they did decide to put the Bridgestone detail there on the tire, so that it does say Bridgestone with these beautiful wheels. I just love the CLK GTR so much. Especially if the mirrors are mounted right there. They look very nice. We got the one windshield wiper here doing the job of cleaning the whole windshield. That looks awesome. And then the roof scoop. I just love roof scoops. And this one is no exception. That is a phenomenal looking roof scoop, all to increase the aerodynamics. Just think about how far ahead of its time this car was. It looks just so amazing. I mean, like, look at that side profile for the 90s. I mean, that's incredible. So, coming along to the side here, lots of little like ridges and notches and different things. The door handles here are very nice. You can't really quite, I mean, you can sort of open the doors a little bit, but we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. Some glass there. It looks awesome, actually. The CLK GTR, this particular model rides so much lower than I thought it would, so it doesn't really have a ton of suspension, but that's another element of this model I'll get into later in the video. But taking a look at that back end, I mean, there we go. We got the CLK GTR AMG badges there. This massive spoiler coming off the back, air vents. I mean, the car is so aerodynamic. It's, I just love this car so much. And the taillight detail is pretty good. It's got the CLK taillights there. Just kind of the half and half, white and red. Looks good. Huge diffuser piece here. We got the gold tip exhaust. I'm not really sure what this thing is in the center here. You can let me know in the comment section if you know. And then just below that we have the slightly crooked, but not really, carbon textured rear diffuser there. So that looks really, really sweet. But just like all angles of this car do look absolutely incredible. So as usual, we're going to open up all the opening parts. There's no front opening part, unfortunately. I don't know what that reveals on the actual CLK GTR in real life, but the doors go up in CLK GTR fashion that looks just so insane. And then the piece of this car that really stood out is this whole back compartment just comes off, and this is, I mean, this whole piece is just one piece of die-cast metal with the airbox vent coming up from here. So that looks super cool. That's an awesome way to display it too, with like the back piece off. So we're gonna set the back piece aside over here, and let's go over the engine area first. So for the age of this model, I mean, this detail is just quite something. You see the massive exhaust mufflers there, all the components there, and then the suspension springs, kind of like the F50. Although this car does not really have a hefty suspension at all. The airbox there, all that carbon, you can hear that, feels really nice, sounds really nice. All the wiring there, Mercedes-Benz, that hand-built engine looks amazing. Let's just kind of give you a close-up of more of the details of the engine there, so you can really kind of get a good idea. Got some more wires going up over there, and tubes and things. I mean, the level of detail is really quite impressive. And just the fact that that whole piece over here is carbon fiber, or is die-cast rather, sorry. And then I was looking at this, because this carbon fiber piece does look awesome. And just the age of this model shows you how well, you know, Maisto's been doing, and how they've just really been killing it. I wish that they would put more mesh on more real mesh on, you know, modern models that they're coming out with. That would be so cool. But this car is definitely a classic Maisto model. Definitely, it's one of those foundation models almost for Maisto. So the interior, it being an earlier Maisto, this is where you definitely leave something to be desired. But it does say AMG on the steering wheel. Got the old-fashioned. Everything about this car is so analog, which I love it. Carbon fiber tub piece there. All the gauges, the gauge cluster there is a sticker, unfortunately, but all the pedals are colored in. All the buttons, you can even see the manual climate control. All the buttons are colored in, I mean, fairly well. The power steering does work great. You can see the shifter knob going on in there, and then this wicked cool plaid pattern on the seats. It's really kind of hard to show you guys because of the door angle, but this super cool pattern on the seats, I'm a huge fan of that. And then these harness almost like seatbelts there. So that's your interior shot right there. That looks pretty sick. So, and then underneath is just carbon fiber texturing, Maisto 118 scale CLK GTR. And then I admire how easily they made the back. I've been struggling with it a couple of times, but I think I've sort of got it down. With the back part, you have to make sure that the exhausts line up, and then it just kind of clicks in just like that. So that's really nice. Yeah, so hardly a suspension on this car, as you can see. It rides very low. That is definitely something that you want to keep in mind, but it riding really low makes it look so good. I mean, just look at that front end. This car just looks absolutely amazing. And yeah, like I said about the power steering, it does work great, although it goes a little bit too far back, a little bit too far forward. But you know, it's not a big deal. It looks amazing nonetheless, sitting on a shelf like that, whether you choose to put it, you know, like this with the wheel turn or the doors up. I mean, that looks so sick. So however you choose to display it, it's definitely going to look amazing on your shelf. So I definitely would recommend this model. It's something very, very unique in your collection that most people probably won't have in their collection. I don't see a lot of collections with the CLK GTR in it. And I don't really know why. You guys should really start collecting more Maistos and really explore the older Maistos, because some of these older ones are really some of the best, definitely, for sure. So I will try and link a description in the description to a website that I can find. Probably not eBay, because those auctions run out and quantities run out, but maybe Amazon. I'll try in silver, maybe like diecastmodelswholesale.com. And then if I can't, I'll link a matte black one, because that's the more common one that's in production. Until that's been recently, I don't know if it's still in production or not, but that's a lot more recent than the silver original combination spec for the CLK GTR. So yeah, I don't really know when there'll be more reviews coming. I'll probably go to a couple more Costco's, as we get closer towards the holiday season, and hopefully I'll be able to find some stuff there. But I don't really know what's coming. My birthday's in a couple of weeks. I don't really know what I'm going to be getting for that, if any models at all. So maybe just some random Maisto reviews from time to time or something. So I don't really know. I've just been extremely, extremely busy with school, and that's why you haven't seen a review of this car for like a week or so. But I really hope to be bringing you guys more videos. The support on this channel is amazing. We just hit 500 subscribers. I wish it was 5,000, and that means so much. The support is amazing. I just can't wait to see this channel grow, and I hope that I can keep fulfilling all of you guys. And if there's anything you want to see more of or less of, leave it in the comment section below, and definitely tell me. I love the feedback. So however I can further enhance the channel and the videos for you guys, I will definitely do my best. So with the review of the 1/18 scale Mercedes CLK GTR made by Maisto, it's the Diecast Man, signing off.